What's up, everybody? It's Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be talking about Nintendo's interesting and successful September Direct 2021. Now, let me just say, just wow. Now, overall, how I feel, I think it's better than the last one from what I remember. I would say also that we had more progress compared to the other ones this year. Um, yeah, overall, and the first thing I want to speak about is Nintendo's online services because, okay, in the previous months of this year, yeah, we got updates and this and that, but we have gotten an update, a special update. They have announced that they are going to be having Nintendo 64 games, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm happy, but let's be honest. The reason, because they had the Nintendo NES, classic system, right? And then they had the Super Nintendo Classic System. The reason they don't have an N64 Classic System is because they put in the Nintendo 64 games behind the paywall, which is the 1 year subscription or the subscription, online subscription of Nintendo Switch. I would love a, you know, cool Pikachu, Nintendo 64 Mini. That would be pretty cool, but I know they probably never gonna have that, the N64 Mini. So yeah, that sucks. It would have been good to see that next to my Super Nintendo Mini, you know. But yeah, but at least we're gonna be getting Nintendo 64 games on the Nintendo Switch, and I'm happy. Hopefully next year they have, they continue with GameCube, Game Boy, etc. I think that would be pretty interesting and cool. Um, so the next thing I would like to speak about is that even though I feel, it's interesting, we getting, these updates to the online services, I still feel like their competitors are doing better. Like, for example, compared to Sony and, the Nintendo Switch and the PlayStation, I personally feel like there are qualities in both, that's interesting and that I like, more than the other. But Nintendo overall, I think for what they're doing, I personally feel like they could be doing way better, with their online services. And yeah, I don't know, it just felt me. I haven't bought the online service of Nintendo ever since uh, probably like, let's see, my 1 year one expired last year, and then I didn't buy one at all this year. So I'm probably gonna wait till December to redeem mine finally, to play games online and stuff like that. I don't know, it just didn't really catch me a lot of the online services what they were providing, and plus, what was it for something that I was for the first year free, and what was it? They started charging and all that. I feel like I just didn't find it necessary really to be buying a 1 year a subscription to a game service that I really wasn't that into. So seeing the new games coming out to the services and actual games that's new that's going to need online services to be played on like Splatoon 3. Yeah, in December I'll be buying my 1 year subscription. I think it's time, with all these new things, and plus, I miss Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Online. You know, one huge issue that I did not enjoy, moving on from the classic systems and stuff like that. Nintendo, you have such a variety of franchises, beloved characters, and such great IPs that's legendary in the gaming industry. Now, I'm going to name off a few of Nintendo's that I was expecting and hoping, they give us, spotlight to, or some love to, that unfortunately we didn't get. Games such as F-Zero, games such as Maybe some Kid Icarus would be interesting. You know, I think it would be interesting to see. They already have in Metroid, but I don't know. Like, okay, they're doing Metroid. That's cool, but we had more of Metroid. What was it? One that's coming out this year, Dread. But why didn't we get Metroid Prime? You know, the new, what was it, Metroid Prime 4? Uh, why didn't we get a trailer for that? Like a real in-depth, like, hey, this is what we've been working for. You know, like really going inside. You know, giving a full on. Like for example, I wasn't into this game that much. You know, I recommend my review of it, but Final Fantasy VII remake. You know, so how they did it and how they, you know, after years of waiting, they presented such a great trailer, right? And I enjoyed it, you know, the trailers of Final Fantasy VII remake and how they presented the game before its release. And it would be interesting to see more of that with Metroid Dread. I don't know. I just feel like if something as amazing and iconic as Metroid, you know, have more than what they gave. Maybe I've been just expecting too much from the Metroid, you know, franchise. So yeah, I guess you could say, hey, we got what we got. Moving on from that, I personally think, you know, Splatoon 3. Let's talk about that real quick. And that being the probably the last one I'm gonna be talking about. I personally loved Splatoon 2, Splatoon 1, played the demo on stores, demo units. Um, and yeah, remember demo units? You know, yeah, that was a pretty cool thing to have a few years ago. And yeah, it was nice to try out the console and all those games that was there. And you know, I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool that we're going to get a Splatoon 3. They Splatoon 2, in my opinion, came out in the right time. It was an interesting game. It was really fun. I enjoyed and loved, you know, the different aspects of it, right? Because me, I didn't have a Wii U. I was about to get one, but the PS4 came out that generation as well, so I went with that one instead. And plus, it was the Wii U, so it didn't really didn't have a lot, you know. And I've known people that have a Wii U. I've played Wii U games and all of that. It ain't my thing, you know. It's not my thing, you know. Um. So yeah, Wii U, it didn't have a chance, to be honest. Right. So moving on from that, this Nintendo Switch, you know, I played Splatoon 2. It was really fun, really cool. I was just like, yo, I fucking loved it. You know, I loved the what was it? The ranked missions or the ranked modes, right? It was intense, more intense and interesting. But I did love the normal mode where you just shoot and splatter everywhere and all of that. You know, it was cool. It was more chaotic and great to not have like such a hey, let's have this mission that we need to take this and go all the way to from beginning to end, stay on top of it so it could move, and you know stuff like that. Or and then you know in the single, you know, more team deathmatch. Let me just call it that. You know, just fighting and all that. It's really cool. But Splatoon 3, there's a few things I would like changed. From Splatoon 2 going into Splatoon 3, there's major issues in my opinion that needs to be changed. Number one, let us vote for maps. It's so I found it so fucking annoying that you have two decisions. Okay, this is, you know, this is the line. You and your team chilling, you know, and then there's like two options, right? But they don't let us vote for which map we want to play. You let us vote. Okay, Nintendo. I want us to get the right to vote for which maps to play. I want us to get the right to play whatever mode we want to play. You know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love, you know, the randomness and all that, but sometimes, what was it? I remember I personally enjoyed some modes more than others. You know what I mean? And sometimes I felt like, I'll just play later on when this other mode's available. I played enough of this. In my opinion, playing the same thing over and over, it kind of gets boring. You know what I mean? But it's not always specifically the game, that's boring. It's just like the mode and the objective of the game that we need to be doing, and we're forced to do it because we can't vote. It's not like other games where you pick which mode you like Mario Party. Do you want to play with groups, 2v2? Do you want to play free fall? Do you want, you know what I mean? It's not like that. It doesn't give those options. So Splatoon 3, I hope we get that. I hope it's more of a friendly interface, the begin screen, or however it's called, where we get to choose the modes and all that stuff, So I think that would be a big change, to be honest. I would personally, I love that, and make it more fun. And the last thing I would like to talk about is the future of Nintendo. We already got announcements of Splatoon 3, we already got Nintendo's N64 announced for the online subscription. 2018, I believe, is when the subscription was announced and, continued, like started up, right? I might be wrong on that. Or was it 2009? Was it 18 or 19? Big Switch came out in 2017. So, I just say random guessing. I think it was the 1 year after the 1 year Nintendo Switch. So let's just say 2018, right? So ever since 2018, we still have NES and Super Nintendo or SNES. That's all. And yeah, we're getting N64 now, but look how long it took them to get to this point. Which means in 2027 we'll get GameCube, maybe. But hey, I don't know. Who knows? Right? But I personally feel like, Nintendo, they could have a successful and amazing, what was it, online subscription, right? They could. They have the consoles, they have the games, they have the exclusives too. I remember back then, even now people speaking about that virtual console. Why not just put that in the Nintendo Switch online service and just say that's that. Have Game Boy Color, have Game Boy, have Game Boy SP games just there to play, ready. It would surely make you more money and surely make us, the consumers, more happy, to be having this subscription. And I think that would be pretty cool. But unfortunately, Nintendo being Nintendo, yeah, I don't see them doing that. Hopefully they kind of open up and give us Game Boy Color games and Game Boy SP and all that stuff, within this subscription. Maybe if we're lucky, next year we'll get Game Boy games and then Game Boy Color games and maybe and hopefully. And we already getting N64, so I'm happy. We're doing something. Hopefully we get an N64 Classic because I would love that. Also, this is cool, and there was a region exclusive, but one day I'll unbox that. Just wanted to say that. With that being that, overall, Nintendo's interest in a successful September Direct 2021. I think overall, we get Splatoon 3, we get a update, and it's evolving. Pokemon, but if it's evolving the Nintendo's online subscription, it's evolving into something nice. So that's good. Slowly but surely, maybe we'll get all the way to Wii U games on that service. Maybe if you're lucky. And overall, I think it was kind of like, besides the N64 games announcement and the Splatoon 3 and the somewhat of Metroid Dread we saw, I wasn't that into it. Everything like minus, if none of those three wasn't in, I would kind of say it was okay, to be honest. But those three and 64, Splatoon 3 and Metroid made it good. It's not great, I kind of wanted to see a little bit more, an announcement into, a little bit continuation of Splatoon 3. But later on, we'll get more of Splatoon 3, so I'll be patient. Ah, you know, it was good. Okay, I'll be generous and say it's good because we get an update. So with that being that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you all think about Nintendo's interesting and successful September Direct 2021. Do you think the September Direct 2021 was successful, or was it a failure? Was it boring? Did you hate it? Did you love it? Which games are you looking forward to from what they had in this? Now, with that being that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.